All right, let's try this again. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. Thanks, Sam. Thanks. Woo, man, this has been an incredibly crazy month. Not only for the YouTube channel, but also for just things going on with the business. Hey, fellas, I'm glad you can hear me now. Mm, great, great. Thanks, Damon. Um, yeah, as I was saying, you couldn't hear it, but basically, the old channel, we got hacked. We got hacked, and basically, somebody uploaded a video that YouTube didn't like, and YouTube immediately just terminated our channel. We didn't even get a heads up; they just did it, and it's been an incredible process trying to get everything back. We have a lot of content on there. Just access to you guys. So woo! It's been a journey. It's been a journey, but we're back, and we're going to get into it because this is what we do. Just helping guys get the information you need so you can have a very healthy sexual health life. And today, what I'm going to talk about, some of the things that I experienced going through life, being a coach, talking to guys, doing the research, and just the things that, just a mindset that you need to have so that you're actually performing the things, you're doing the stuff. Thanks, Sam. Yeah. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back. Missed you guys, really did. But there are a lot of times, as you get older, you're starting to wake up in pain. You ain't getting up the way you used to. And so what I'm going to talk about is those things, because sometimes people get into that mindset, oh, I'm just getting old. There's nothing I can do about it. And that's just not true. And that's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to tell you some of the things that helped me, some of the things that just helped me get better and just determined to stay better. And it's helped, especially with COVID, just needing to make those changes. So for those guys who don't know, hey, my name is Brian, aka Uncle B. And for the last 20 years, I've been the men's performance coach with African Fly, the liquid aphrodisiac. And so African Fly is a supplement. It's supposed to supplement the other things that you're doing. So that's what we talk about here. The other things that you're supposed to be doing so you can get the sex life that you want, the health that you want. And so what I'm going to be talking about today is the things that, got to me. I'm talking about, I got to a point in my life where I couldn't walk right. I thought I was not going to be able to walk again, which is a scary thought. And the sex life was having issues. And it was just an all out. It was just a clusterfuck, if you will. So, hey, Jarius. So I wanted to, let you guys know the things that I did that helped me move along the path to getting better and better. And, it never stops. I'll actually talk about that too. So, just to go ahead and give you a quick background, what I'm going to do is we usually do. I'm just going to run through this and I want to answer some of the questions. It doesn't look like we're going to have a whole bunch of people on here. So if you got some questions that you always wanted to ask me, it's probably a good ass time. So, but yeah, before I was Uncle B, I was Nephew B. And so basically, I've always been athletic, really strong. But I'm a true endomorph, which means I carry weight. So I was a chubby kid, but I was one of the last one to get picked up playing the basketball games. But then I would wear them out because I'm just athletic like that. But when I got to my senior year in high school, I was about 245 pounds, which is not good for an 18-year-old. But women, got a girlfriend, and so dropped that weight, went down to 185. When I was at Howard University, just cut up, just good with it. And that was actually back when MC Hammer was out, so I was doing all that crazy dancing and all that stuff. So I dropped the weight. But as you get older, things change. So went from that college environment, went to the work environment. You went from like seeing women on the daily, young fly things, and the next thing you know, in the corporate environment, you're hearing women talking about soccer mom stuff. Yes, that's not good for your testosterone. That was bad. And so, as the years went on, the weight kept creeping up. It would go down. I work out. I get into ruts, and I just got to the point where I actually hit 285 pounds, and I was pre-diabetic. That's not a good place to be at all. And it actually went against my life philosophy. My life philosophy has always been to be able to live as long as possible, as healthy as possible. So I wasn't on that path at all. And so I knew I had to make that change, especially because it was affecting the sex life. So, I'm taking the supplements just really quick. Started taking African Fly, discovered that when I was about 25. Didn't really need it. So, I was like, oh, this is great. And so as the years went on, it was like, well, I wasn't having issues on the sex side, but I wasn't taking care of myself too. So, at some point it just switched. It went from yeah, everything's good to nah, this is a problem. So I actually went to a good 5 or 6 on the sexual performance scale. And that's when I realized that yeah, this is a supplement. I'm supposed to be doing the other things to get better. And during that time, I was eating horribly, horribly. I'm talking about I would get a medium-sized pizza and a pint of something, and just tear that up. I mean, I was down the street from a mall, not a mall, strip mall, no strip mall type of things. They had the McDonald's 24/7. You had the Popeyes. You had Taco Bell. All of the temptations of just doing the wrong thing, eating late at night. It wasn't a good look. I mean, I couldn't even jog around the block decently. So it became a true problem. And then I really started falling apart doing this process. Hey, what's up, rookie difficulty? Interesting name there, bro. All right. But I would wake up in pain from my knee, my back, my neck, and my back. I had that carpal tunnel syndrome. My hand was just not working right. It was just painful to move my hand. And my skin was bad. I couldn't sleep well. I would wake up in the middle of the night and just, have to go to the bathroom and nothing comes out. And that was just messing up my sleep. And random pain. That was the scary part. Random pain. You reaching for a box of cereal and your knee goes out, just all wrong type of stuff. Rolling out of bed in the morning was an adventure because I didn't know if my shoulder was going to hurt, my hip was going to hurt, my leg was going to hurt, my knee was going to hurt, my feet were going to hurt, or all of them were going to hurt. So I realized I had to make that change. And the first step was intermittent fasting. So that's the reason why I talk about that a lot. So with intermittent fasting, I went through the process of basically cutting out the meat that I was eating in the morning. I was, intermittent fasting, you don't eat till basically you don't eat breakfast. So I got myself to the point where I wasn't eating until a good 1 or 2 o'clock. And so I realized that, okay, I'm cutting out what I was eating in the morning. I was eating that meat. And so that's when I got into the whole thing of realizing I was eating 200 animals a month. And obviously that's not good. So after that, started going vegan. So, I was the intermittent fasting and switching over to vegan and just sort of realizing what food I could eat and couldn't eat, even being a vegan. But here's the thing that happened. The arthritis in my right knee left, had better skin, better performance, could get back up faster. I had bumps on the back of my head that left. Had the carpal tunnel disease left. I mean, all these things left without surgery, without taking pills. I just changed my lifestyle. My neck didn't crack anymore. That whole thing of getting up in the middle of the night and going to the bathroom, that's called BHP. And, they got pills for that. Basically, I changed up my lifestyle. That stopped happening. No dandruff. That was crazy. I didn't realize why, I just went through life. Dandruff was there. All of a sudden, no dandruff. It was clearer thinking, less bloating, snots, boogers, all of that stuff stopped. I mean, it's just amazing how all of this stuff works. And it got good. It got good. It was like I was pain free. I was living life, still had to deal with the weight issues, but everything was good all the way up until, once again, a woman, entered my life and she was a foodie. And so we ended up going to different restaurants. And, oh, you can try this. So you can try that. And so, I started slowly getting back into eating the meat, which is not a good thing. And this time it came back with a vengeance. So when I talk about food injuries, I had that food injury. It was like my knee blew up. I ate salmon. I've mentioned this before. Whenever I eat salmon, my knee immediately goes ballistic. And it happened because I had all that other inflammation for all the other meat I was eating, plus the salmon, my arch enemy. And it was like my knee blew up to like a grapefruit. I couldn't walk. It just got to the point that, I'm thinking I need to have surgery. And here's the crazy thing about this. Not being able to play basketball again. That got me. Not being able to dance again. That got me. Obviously not walking, but these different things, it really scared me. And it was like, different things that you need to do in life. I had to go pick up some money Now, when you too much pain to pick up money, because I couldn't drive, it was in my right leg. So, you driving with your right leg. If that pain hit, I would accelerate into the back of somebody, just kill somebody. So it was like, I can't even get the money. And so, just other things you want to do in life, getting out of the bed, just going to the bathroom becomes, an issue. You got to get your crutches and you're worried about the pain and how do you sit down? It's way too much problem. So it was like, okay, that was it. That was it. I couldn't do it anymore. I hit that never again button. So I went back to being vegan, started going more plant based. So now, I'm really pretty even, going a lot more plant based. And now I have my cousin training me, and L is crazy. The other night we did 300 push-ups, hit style, 15 seconds of 10 push-ups and then 10 seconds of rest. That rest is really not that much of a rest, but because the week before we did 500, so I guess he was taking it light on me that day. But yeah, doing the calisthenics, and having someone hold me accountable. That's the real thing, holding me accountable. And that's when I started watching Game Changers and What the Health and all those different things, making sure that I got it into my mind. Because here's the deal, guys. We've been taught so much of the wrong stuff. It doesn't make any sense. There's for humanity to be where it is in terms of our food supply, our understanding. We got the internet, we got lights, we got everything. Mm-hmm. And hold on one second. Just making sure this comes back up, which it should. Yeah, we should be good. There we go. All right. Camera just went out for a sec. But, just in terms of, hold on. Okay. Can't tell. But, yep. All right. We're good. So, but yeah, we actually have been taught so much of the wrong stuff. So it's like, how are we at this point where we as humans are doing great? But studies have been saying if they finally put it on CNN by the year 2045, they're saying that a vast majority of men are going to be infertile. Now, because they're talking about men, people didn't. It's not like an alarm bells going off. So I say it a different way, so alarm bells will go off. By 2045, women won't be able to get pregnant. How about that one? And see how that sort of changes the conversation, because now, like, women can't. Yeah. Obviously, if the men are infertile, then the women can't get pregnant. I mean, this is obvious, but you know how they treat us. So that's the reason why I started watching What the Health, Game Changers, other documentaries repeatedly, so I could learn. I could just change the things that are going on in my mind. Mm-hmm. Hey, Rookie Difficulty, I'm gonna answer that question really quick. Let me hold on to that. Black seed oil and African fly. I got black seed oil and African fly. So I'll answer that for you. So I did even more research. And here's the crazy thing. If you hop on to YouTube, look up seniors, athletic seniors, and you'll see some people who are really inspirational. Not only guys who are bodybuilders, people who are doing body weight exercises, guys who are into their 40s, 50s, 60s, and are doing amazing things in terms of taking care of themselves. And so you have a human body. It's really not a question of, can I do it? Is it genetics? 25% of you is your genetics. The other 75% is the food and what you do with it. And that makes you up. So, you are what you eat, 75% of it. You are what you eat. So, that's the reason why after, understanding this stuff, I started making more changes. Now I'm all into tinctures and teas. And one of the most important things, look out for the video coming out next week. Hey, what's going on, Louise? Look up for the video coming out next week when I'm talking about sleep. Hugely important, way more important than I thought before. I've always advocated for sleep. It's hard for me, as I'm just, one of those type of people. I'll stay up late and, get up early and work out and stuff like that. So I haven't been paying attention to my sleep. I'm actually starting to think from the research, the reason why I haven't been able to drop the weight for as much working out that I do, because I work out like 6 days a week, is because of the sleep. With a lack of sleep, you have chronic inflammation, which, being fat is a result of chronic inflammation. So if you're having issues, yeah, pay attention to that. Make sure you check out that video. So, when it comes down to how to reset your mind so you're actually functioning correctly, you have to do what I told my nephew. We were working out. He asked me, when did we stop working out? It was like, never, never. I mean, that's what we're supposed to do. Not necessarily working out, but we're supposed to be out in nature, outside, moving around, being healthy. You don't have to look like a bodybuilder, but you do need to be healthy. So that requires movement, just the way your body works. And, moving away from thinking about what you eat as a diet and start thinking about it in a way that makes more sense, which is a lifestyle. So one guy who was a older guy, bodybuilder, cut up, all the stuff. The man asked him, "So what do you eat?" And the guy said, "Whatever I want." So the guy was like, "Well, so you like German chocolate cake? You can eat German chocolate." It's like, no, I don't want that. So that's a different mindset of thinking like, you know what? I want to be able to get myself to the point where it's a lifestyle choice. 10, 20 years ago, how you lived, you don't live like that now. And a lot of it was just by accident. You may have, if you're like me, used to go to the strip clubs and then realize like, you know what? I need to save my own money instead of financing her college degree. But, life changes. So now you can coordinate your own change. That's the thing. When you want to be able to say, 5 years from now, it's like, yeah, I do intermittent fasting constantly. I eat plants on a and just live your life without worrying about, I want to have fried chicken. Once you get that out of your system, you're going to do much better. And so you want to make sure that you're focusing on your systems, not just the goal. You may want to say like, well, by my blah, blah, blah birthday, I want to be at this weight. Now, really, it's like, think way past that. Think in terms of a lifestyle. So it's like, I'm not reaching some goal someday where I'll be happy then. And then that goal is gone and I'll just return back to where I was. Set this up as a lifestyle so it's consistent. And I like the thing that James Clear he wrote a book called Atomic Habits. He has this 1% rule. So basically, you were trying to increase your whatever your goal you're trying to do every day. Do it 1% better. Get 1% better. And people may be thinking, well, I want to get 20% better. Why am I going to start with 1%? Well, if you're going 1% better every day, it actually compounds. It's like interest. It compounds, and over time, you're just going to get better. What ends up happening if you're thinking, I'm going to just jump out and I'm going to do everything, and you realize that 1% is, if you know it's going to be 1%, you're cool with it. If you're thinking you're supposed to jump up to 20% after a week and it doesn't happen, you give up. So with that 1% over a period of time, it just starts stacking up to like, oh, wow, it actually works. You're actually going to get better. So I would highly recommend you check out his book. Once again, it's James Clear, Atomic Habits. Just answer your question real quick, Corey. Yes, we are going to be uploading the past videos. We're trying to get the old channel back so we can have everything. So we're trying to see what we can do. Yeah, Benny. Yeah, sleep is more important than diet. It's incredible how that works. But yes, if you don't get your sleep, you're actually dumber. And you can get cancer. It's crazy. All right. One of the other things you want to do, fellas, if you've gone through a situation where you've had a food injury, you've had some sort of, I know I eat this, then this happens, or eat this piece of cake, then this happens. Remember the pain. As bad as that may sound, but you need to remember the pain. So whenever you're about to eat something, just think like, dang, I remember that, once I eat this, I get that food injury. My elbow starts to hurt, or I just get achy. I remember the last time that I had I think it was like a chicken salad. And it was like, I recognized the next day that my entire body just ached. It was like, why am I stiff? It's like, oh, dang. And so once you start remembering that, it becomes much easier to stay away from that food. And the thing is, you really want to pay attention to this because you want health. Health is far greater than having money. And just think about it in terms of, how much it would cost you just to go to the hospital. When my leg was blown up like a grapefruit and I was thinking about going to the hospital, it was like, oh, just off bat, Even with insurance, you're paying money. Just paying for the insurance, you're paying money. So you want to get yourself to the point where you don't have to worry about ever going to the hospital. I rarely go to the hospital. I've actually, in my adult life, I haven't gone to the hospital. Um, have I? No, no. To visit other people, but no. I've been lucky, blessed, etc. To have been able to avoid that. But here's the real thing. One of the reasons why I started my company, Airs Naturals, got into the supplements and everything like that, is because I saw what happened to my grandmother. And with my grandmother, she did the grandmotherly thing. She fell down a flight of steps, broke her hip. Went to the hospital on 2 drugs, came out on 22. And fortunately, a friend of mine, she went through and looked at all of the uh, all of the different medications to figure out what was going on, why that was happening, and it just ended up being that. Under my screen over here, it just ended up happening that she was able to figure out that there were so many drugs that were just doubled up. That's really all it was. They were just doubling up the drugs on her. And that's the reason why I really fucking hate the pharmaceutical industry. Don't like to curse a lot, but fuck them. Because it's just horrible the things that they will do in terms of the way they have it set up right now. Doctors are great at diagnosing stuff, but the only step they have left is just giving you a pill. So think about it. You go into a doctor's office. This is the only place that you will go to a person and say, "Hey, I have this problem." They'll say, "Okay, yes, I can see that you have the problem. It's called," and they'll give you a big long name for it, and then they'll say, "Take this pill." I'm like, okay, well, you take the pill, and then, well, hold up, I still have the same problem. Oh, we'll up the dosage of the pill. Hold up, I still have the same problem. I'm supposed to get better, not stay with the same problem. Well, we'll give you a different drug. Like, what the hell? So that's what they keep on doing. It's the only profession where somebody can go to a person for service, it doesn't work, and then they come back. Because people have been trained to just believe that, your doctor knows everything. The doctors don't get any training. Their training for food is very minimal, which is insane. And you talk to them, about different things. They'll say things that don't make sense. Like, doctors will say that you're a carnivore. And it's like, no, carnivores eat animals alive. I can't do that at all. So there's no similarity between me and a dog. None. Just because dogs can eat food and fuck does not mean that all men are dogs or anything like that. That's illogical. But let me just keep on going. Because the thing that we need to do is a couple of things real quick. Pay attention to food injuries. Like I said, when you eat something, pay attention to how it affects your body. How does it make you feel? Do you feel achy? Do you have runny nose? For guys who are lactose intolerant, the lactose intoleration. If you have that, then you drink the milk. You'll notice that you'll get mucus. Your nose will start clogging up. Same thing for if you're eating pizza, the cheese, all that dairy is going to affect you. Of course, all meat is dead, so you're trying to avoid, and your energy. So you're putting dead stuff into an energy bag is is not good at all. And another thing to think about in terms of the way you look at life, how old you are is the number of times you go around the sun. Your age is how you take care of your body. So I want to be as old as possible with the aging of a much younger person. Quite simple. It's just that easy. And as I said before, we're going to be talking about this next week. Look out for the video. Sleep is advanced healing and repair. Advanced. I mean, it's the most amazing thing. After they did the research on that, literally, the World Health Organization calls like working on the late shift, working in jobs where you're messing up your sleep pattern. They're saying it's carcinogenic, as in you get cancer from doing that. And they have the studies to show that. And of course, stress. You want to avoid stress like the plague. Do whatever you can. Stop looking like that, man. Do whatever you can to avoid stress, even if it is coming from somebody you know well. And if you have to take medicine for years, if someone is telling you that you have to take medicine for years, that means the medicine doesn't work. It's not a question of the medicine, it's a question of your lifestyle. Stop believing in magical pills, because there isn't any magical. I sell a supplement, and I will tell you, if you are not going to make changes to your lifestyle, you're just going to keep taking it. What'll end up happening, it'll work, but eventually your lifestyle is just going to drag it down. Is, they'll even tell you for Viagra that at some point it's going to stop working. And that's because, yeah, you need to have blood flow going down there to begin with in order for Viagra to work, and it won't. So let me go ahead and wrap this up so we can just chat real quick. So yeah, my life philosophy is to live as long as possible and as healthy as possible. So I hope you adapt that into your life philosophy too. When I had that sex, the sex started changing and went down to a 5. That's when I was like, no, and no, make those changes. My first step was doing that intermittent fasting. For my guys who do not, well, I was about to say I have videos that talk about intermittent fasting, but we have to get that other channel back. We will try to get it up on here. That's when I got to the point where I realized that, hey, I'm eating too many animals, made that change also, hit that never again button. And, for my guys out there who are living with pain, things like that, you can repair it. It takes work. It takes changing your lifestyle, that 1% rule, but you can do it. And because the real reason why you want to do it, because it costs so much money. it costs a ridiculous amount of money. When I finally got I wanted to make sure I got the best insurance for myself. And it was like the best insurance was like $400 a month. And that doesn't cover everything, which is insane to me, but okay. And of course, pay attention to food injuries. You want to make sure you get your sleep in and avoid stress like the plague. Okay. So, all right, give me 1 second here. I'm going to get my screens up, and then we're going to start talking. I want to put your questions in the chat room. Let's roll. Jorge, what's going on? Louise, Moonshine Gunners. I've changed my diet from sugar, dairy, meat, white bread, white rice. Okay. I missed that part. All right. Doing intermittent fasting and working on sleeping better, but now I'm slimmer. How do I get in shape? My girl complains that I'm skinny now without muscle. Turn that into a lifestyle, bro. That's really what it is. Turn it into a lifestyle in terms of working out, because that's just what you need. Um, I mean, there is no shortcut for this process. A lot of times people are like, "What's the fastest way I can do something? What's the fast?" No, it's not a question of the fastest way to do it. What is the way that you can do it that you're doing it consistently, daily? All the changes that you made, part of that, now you need to go to the gym. You are going to have to move weights. Uh, it takes mass to move mass. So that's the reason why the biggest men on the planet, well, the strongest men on the planet are big. They're, a lot of muscle there. So you are going to have to move mass. And not necessarily, just weightlifting, body movements. If you really look at, the type of athletes that have the greatest movements and stuff like that, those are people who do a calisthenics, the people who are what are they called, the gymnast, the guys who are doing the ropes and everything like that. They're doing the pull-ups, all that stuff. That's amazing for your body. You will get that V shape. You'll get cut up. That's the look that you're designed for. We're supposed to be in the trees. We're supposed to be moving around in the trees, and that's the reason why you look at the strongest mammals in terms of apes and things like that. They're in the trees. They can pull themselves up. So yeah, you have to work out. You have to do that. And if you want to gain weight, I know that isn't a true issue. Then yeah, you're going to have to eat good, but eat more. Make sure you're eating more. All right, Luis, what's going on? Uh huh. All right. I have started to turn my eating habits around since I started watching your channel. I'm so glad to hear. It's been hard since I have been on midnight shift for 20 years. Can you speak about gout? Speak about gout. Okay. Yeah, I can speak about gout because my grandmother had gout, and it was painful. Those crystals that are in there in your joints that cause that pain that you're having, also the inflammation. So yeah, two things. One, Louise, if possible, I don't know your situation. Um, Try to get off that midnight shift. You're really going to need your sleep because that's when the repair happens. So and you're sleeping on a regular cycle. So the repair in your body happens during deep sleep. Uh, and deep sleep occurs when you really have to be on schedule. I'm actually just going to go ahead and talk about some of the things that I talk about next week. But we're talking about picking a schedule that you're going to sleep every night. You know, if until you can make that change with your job or whatever reason why you're doing the midnight shift, but pick a scheduled time for you to go to sleep consistently. You're dealing with light issues also because humans are designed to work off the sun. So during the day is warm, during the night is cool. During the day it's bright, and during the night it's not. So while you're asleep, you want your room to be cooler, and you want I have a mat. I don't have it out here. I have a sleep mask. So basically, because where I am, there's a lot of light coming in through the windows and everything, city light. So I have the sleep mask so I can block that out. So if you need to do that during the day, especially during the day, if you're sleeping in a room and it's a lot of light coming through, um, I forgot the word. There's basically right here what they call the third eye. It can still see the light. So you can, you close your eyes. And I have a lot of light coming right here. I close my eyes and still light comes through. Even if the room seems dark, if there's any light, it's still going to come through your eyelids, and it's going to interfere with you getting to that deep quality sleep. So yeah, you definitely want to do that. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna get back to that also. But yeah, keep on doing the things that you're doing in terms of your eating habits. Uh-huh. Yeah, and yeah, you want to be very careful with what you eat, and especially with the gout. Stay away from pork. I mean, you really need to move away from meat because that's going to cause a lot of inflammation. So it's going to make the problem even worse. All right, cool, cool, cool. Mhm. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, that does happen. So Chris says my doctor believes in diet and exercise to reach the goal and maintain it. If patients don't do it, then he prescribes medicine, and that's really the only thing that they can do. Because for a lot of doctors now, they're trying to make sure they have enough time to talk to you. But let's be real. You're dealing with real life situations, and that takes up time. You need to have someone who's constantly encouraging. I'm actually going to be launching a coaching program, and part of the things is actually reaching out to guys and just reminding you daily. It's like, go to sleep. How much sleep you get last night? All right. Yeah. It's just going to be a 2 minute quick, video or something just to remind you, because it's a lifestyle, and it's not like, you go to your doctor once, twice a year. uh, that's not enough time for, you to make consistent changes unless you get that accountability. Yeah. That's what I'm doing for guys. Accountability. Uh, oh, uh-huh. Gun Runner, cool. Did you do the See Irish Moss video? Yes, we do have the. We still have the videos. We just need to upload it. So I'll make sure our team gets that uploaded also. But yeah, the CMOS is incredible. I use it. I can tell the difference when I go to the gym. Um, the interview that I did with the gentleman, one of the first things that he said is he called it an unfair advantage in the gym. I was like, oh, okay, I want that. And so it actually is an unfair advantage because, I'm in the gym just doing a whole bunch of rounds of exercises, and it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier. It has, was it 90% of the essential vitamins and minerals that you need in your body. So you just want to make sure you get some good ones. We had a link to their website. So I'll make sure we get that up for you there. All right. Uh-huh. Mm. Moonshine Gunner. I like that name. Hold on one second, guys. Okay. All right. Just want to make sure I can see that better. Uh huh. Hmm. I tried going to bed by 10 to wake up for 6 years. To wake up for six. I realized that I am waking up long before six, sometimes hours before six, and can't go back to sleep. Thoughts. So yeah, I run into that problem sometimes, and a lot of it has to do with stress. So once again, make sure you're getting that stress out of your life. And one of the other things that's concerning is, um, you know, there are a lot of things that you need. That's the reason why I did it. The video is like 10 minutes long because it's that important. But um, it's like you're doing the right thing by staying on schedule. You have to be careful of what you're eating and drinking during the day. If you're drinking coffee, coffee stays in your system for 10 to 12 hours. So, and it makes it harder to fall asleep and harder to stay asleep. If you're drinking actually, stop shaking your head, man. Drinking actually messes with your system in terms of um, it interrupts your sleep. So when you're drinking, it sort of activates the fight or flight system in your bodies, in your mind. So you're not aware of it, but you're just waking up, then you're going back to sleep, waking up. So you never get into that deep sleep and stay there. Also, be careful of just certain things you can do with your room. Once again, keep your room at 65 degrees. Your body needs to know that it is cooler, so it's time to go to sleep. Also, if you have a sleep mask, to make sure you're not getting the light. If you have a dog in the room, get the dog out of the room because they move around. Anything that's going to disturb your sleep, you want to be careful of. Even, like a little kid, after 7 o'clock, don't drink anything, Timmy, because you may have trained yourself to be able to wake up and go to the bathroom and not go back to sleep. So, yeah, I hope those help, but definitely look out for that next video. Uh huh. Oh, you just got some sea moss today? Oh, great, great. Uh-huh. Can I take African fly with another liquid? Depends on what that liquid is. The preference is water. African fly is literally a liquid tea, if you will. So tea is just herbs, just dry. You add it to water. With a tincture, which African fly is, we take the herbs and we strain it through alcohol to get the essence of the herbs in there. So yeah, you can take it with water. Depending on what you're doing. If you're looking to take it and then have sex, you want to avoid taking it with something that's sweet. Because whenever you're drinking something that's sweet, it lowers your testosterone for a short period of time, like a half an hour. The older you get, the longer that time period lasts. So, yep. Hmm. All right. Sam, I know you said you do plant based. Have you ever done keto while doing intermittent fasting? Actually, no. I've tried keto for a hot second, and it was like, wow, that's a lot of meat. So I was like, I can't do it. And the whole thing of, once again, I say things that you can do as a lifestyle. Avoiding carbs like the plague is hard to do, especially with the way that the world is now designed. Sugar is in everything, so it's extremely hard to do that. And so, if you're consuming a lot of meat, things like that, and then you're trying to avoid carbs, it just becomes a sort of unsustainable. So that's my thought process. I know some other people they like keto, they swear by it, but it's like, can you do that for the next 20 years? If you can't, then you just what you did, we're talking about ketones in your blood, and also you just sort of messing with your body. You're trying to, come up with a way to change things and take a shortcut. It's not about shortcuts. It's that 1% daily switching things over. Moonshine good. All right, that makes sense. You're in Jamaica. All right. Dog stays outside. Only do coffee every other day while doing intermittent fasting, and I don't do alcohol. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, make sure you check out that video so we can make sure you stay asleep. There's actually, I didn't mention it in the video, but there's a process that can help you go back to sleep. Is rhythm. So basically, you just sit on the edge of your bed and you would just tap your thighs lightly, like it's like a beat. Just just do it up here, just lightly like that, and then you're just breathing deeply, and you're slowing down that beat. And as you do that, you're relaxing your body. It's, you know how when you listen to music and you start doing like this, it's like our brains are programmed to recognize rhythms, recognize patterns. So like we like, bob and I head to music. Once we start doing this and slowing it down, it actually starts relaxing your body, and it's very helpful to going to sleep. That's just one of many techniques. So try that. Hmm. All right, cool, Sam. Yeah, get that eating style together. Uh huh. Jorge said, "Look who's back." Thank you, bro. Thank you. Let me see. Let me make sure I didn't miss any questions here. Here we go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And also, once again, just want to make sure everybody got the information about the YouTube channel, how we got hacked, and it got terminated. We're going through the process of working with YouTube to get it back up. YouTube is a giant faceless corporation. Fortunately, we figured out some things, and is we're hopeful. But oddly enough, for some reason, it only takes a second to terminate you, but it takes a team of people weeks to put it back up. That's just weird. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, so yeah, we are like I mentioned earlier to Corey, we are going to be uploading some of the older videos, just so you have all that information. Hmm. Oh, I'm sorry. Rookie difficulty asked that question. I'm sorry, bruh. Would it be bad to take black seed oil with African fly? No, no, it's not bad. That is a good thing. But the thing I always say with anything that you take, just pay attention. Even when I say food injuries, when you're taking something that's supposed to help you, you also want to pay attention to that also, because not everything is for everybody. For the vast majority of people, we know that vast majority of people can eat apples, but there are some people that they eat apples and they get bloated. They have other issues that come with that, so you want to be very careful, very careful. Okay, it looks like hold up. Oh yeah, Louise, good one, good one. Jorge, no, I don't have Instagram yet. We are going to get to that. What's going on? Ah, okay. We faded to black real quick. We'll be right back. uh, okay. Uh huh. So Louise made that point of, if you listen to the sounds of nature music, it does help. Coming from an old vampire, I got you, man. But yeah, actually, binaural beats. Just go to YouTube. YouTube. I use YouTube Music. Play binaural beats. Through my phone. Got it connected to two wireless speakers, and boom. Throughout the night, it just calms you down, helps you sleep a little bit better. Hmm. Is it possible that African fly has reverse effect, like instead of helping with erections, will hurt your erections? I haven't heard of that. Been selling it for like 20 years, and a lot of great reviews. If you're taking something and is doing the opposite to your body, then something else should be is going on also. So that's sort of like saying, yeah, you get a good night's sleep, and it's like drinking coffee and going to sleep. It's like something else is going on. If your system is, you must be really tired. Something has to be really wrong for you to drink coffee and go to sleep. So if you're taking African fly, and obviously I say this all the time, if you're taking African fly and it's not working for you, stop. If you feel anything other than great, stop. We're not like Pfizer. We don't need to make millions off of possibly hurting people. So if it doesn't work, stop taking it. Uh-huh. Cool, cool, cool. Let me see. Sam, do you have these live streams on the schedule? Yeah, every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We haven't done it for the past 3 weeks. We were trying to figure out what we could do with the channel, thinking, they were teasing. Oh yeah, we'll get it up. Oh, we'll get it up, and then not, then not. So, mhm. All right. So cool, cool, cool. If you got any more questions, go ahead and hit me up. Otherwise, yeah, we're coming up on the hour, and everything. I do want to say once again, thanks for the guys who are rocking with me. If you haven't done it already, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and subscribe. If we no, I'm gonna say if when we go back to the other channel, I will make sure to update the guys who subscribed over here, so you can get the new get if you're new to me, you can get to the old channel. So go ahead and make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and we're going to keep on keeping on. The videos come out every Thursday. We're now switching it up. It's a little bit later in the day. It used to be at 10 a.m. Now we're doing it at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Uh, yeah, yeah, it's going to be a great day to get that back. And what it did for me, it just emphasized the need to get this information out. That was just sort of scary. There's a lot of guys who had some conspiracy theories about what happened. They were trying to censor it. They didn't want your uncle to get the information out to you. So yeah, we're gonna keep on rocking, keep on doing what we need to do. Uh huh. Yeah. It does feel like 3 months. It's a long time, and believe me, I wanted to get the information out, but it was just we were fighting, So, hey guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I want to thank you very much for checking it out. We are going to be doing more videos, doing more live streams. Just keep coming back. We'll keep on doing it for you. Mhm. How much of CMOS did you? Let me answer Louise right quick. Hey, Vance, can you grab me the CMOS right there? Uh huh. The Yep, yep. So the CMOS I have, you say you got it in the bag. That means you got the kind that you have to actually prepare. This kind is already prepared. So this I just take a teaspoon of. It's a gel, and it is. Let me. Am I there? Okay. It's a gel, and it actually it doesn't really have a taste. It's just sort of like gelatin without flavor and without the pig. So that's how much African flour one should take for one night. Well, first of all, if you're taking African flour in the evening, make sure that you're going to be having sex or doing some exercising because it is a stimulant. It will keep you awake. And so, yeah, just a regular serving, unless you, which is a teaspoon. So, yeah, that should do it. Uh huh. So, all right, guys. I want to thank you very much. Yeah, definitely look out for more videos coming out. We hopefully will get the other YouTube channel up. Thank you so much for rocking with you. I really do appreciate it. Is seedless watermelon still good? Uh, yes, it is, but the preference is for seeded watermelon. And where do I get this iris moss? Where is the website on here? www.mi-earth mi-earth.com. So yeah, they got it there. Interviewed the gentleman who runs this business. He's very much into getting the right sourcing of it. Is for him, it's not just a business. It's not about making money. It's about spreading goodness and good information. So, uh huh. Yeah. How many times a day should you take African Fly to see results when it comes to erections? We recommend taking it 3 times a day. If you are we talk about the sexual performance scale, the scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest. Everything works. One, stuff isn't working. Most guys who need African flower are around 5 because it's just being unreliable. If you're at that stage of being unreliable, then you want to take it consistently as possible. And once again, it's a supplement, it's supposed to supplement the other things that you're doing. And yes, we have hundreds to thousands of guys who've gotten their erections back, so that should work for you also. Cool, Jorge. Uh-huh. Thank you, Chris. All right, cool. So next week, if you got some questions, bring the questions with you, and we're going to get those answered. We're actually looking to do a couple of more things that are going to be great. When is the best time to take CMOS? I take it first thing in the morning. Also take it before working out. And the only thing that you want to be careful about is the type of CMOS is iodine. So you don't want to overdo it with the iodine because that can cause goiters and other issues that you don't want to have. You're welcome, Jorge. All right, coolness. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Look forward to seeing you next week. And please tell a friend. Let's make it all good. All right, guys. All right, cool. Jorge got his African fly. Love it. Love it. All right, guys. Y'all have a great one. I will talk to you soon. Peace out. Let's see.